Alright, here I am with Jon Stevens after 16 weeks. This man, he did awesome. We're going to touch on these numbers here in a sec. 16 weeks, lost 7 pounds of fat, 8.5% body fat, and 2.5 inches on his belly. So, pretty good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Let's kind of reflect back when we first started. I know when you came in, it was just getting on another level, hitting some goals.
It's a whole different attitude. I mean, just my confidence. You know, I had none then, and
yeah.
Just a little overweight, not too bad. Always been pretty healthy most of my life, but just wanted to take it to that next step.
Yeah, I know when people come in, they're always about scale weight, I want to do this, do that. That wasn't our goal. It was more about getting in fit, getting healthy, dropping a little bit of fat here and there, but mainly it was not so much weight, it was more body fat dropping.
Yeah. And
you did that. And you put some muscle on too, because he's looking ripped. Although it's December, we gotta wait a couple more months till we get on the beach, but
yeah.
let's dive in a little bit on nutrition. Let's talk about that. Before you came in, we were kind of all over the place. When we came in, how was the difference? How was the change?
Well, when I came in, I was bad about eating just one meal a day, and basically I knew that it was putting my body into starvation mode.
Yeah.
Storing every little bit of fat that I actually even was eating, and that was probably one of the biggest steps. I mean, yeah, the exercise helped a lot, but just the nutrition part of it made a huge difference, because eating the 6 meals a day, 5-6 meals a day, that made all the difference in the world.
It does, and a lot of people hear that phrase like diet's 80% of it. Yes and no. If you could get down the diet and really balance on what you're eating and portion control, man, you'll be set for the rest of your life. You'll be knowing what you're doing, but understanding it and knowing what those foods do for you. But on top of it, you gotta do the cardio and you gotta do the weights, because then you're wondering, why is this loose here? Why is this flabby here? That's why, because you're not building that muscle. You're just more concerned with just eating, right? So I think it's the combination of all three, even with the cardio. Absolutely. Let's dive a little bit on the cardio. How are we there?
Yeah, cardio. I mean, I was doing, when I first started out, half hour on the elliptical, and I worked myself up to an hour and a half on the elliptical, and burning quite a few calories. But I was always worried about that burning extra calories, because I was only eating one meal a day.
Right.
And I didn't figure that I needed to be doing that, because I was just going to put myself even more into a starvation mode.
Yeah, and I think too is more of the fact of adding more resistance to the elliptical or the treadmill or incline or all that stuff. It's going to make you burn more calories in that hour or whatever we set. So it's not so much, I got to go work out for 2 hours today on the elliptical. You don't have to do that. But obviously building up to it, when we first started, it was okay, 45 minutes to an hour, 500 calories burned. I mean, look at you now, compared to then. And there's a huge change from that. Let's talk about challenges, struggles we had along the way. What would you say your main one was?
Through it all, I really didn't have any challenges.
Tell them how easy it was for you.
I was dedicated to it. I knew what I wanted, and I knew that I wanted to get to the point that I'm at now and beyond. And it was just, it was accountability for me, but for you too, because I know that this shows on you as well, and I didn't want to let you down as well. So
and your discipline was on point, man. And there's times where you thought about having a cheat meal and you said, it's not worth it, or what, I'm not even craving that food. And I think that's the thing too, is we're so used to, as a society, we want to just eat all these foods that are around us. We go out, oh, this guy's having drinks over here, chips and salsa, sport events, all these things are there, and you're just like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. When it's not. It's what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it.
Yep.
And you definitely did that, brother. Proud of you.
And that's the biggest thing was, I'd go to parties with friends, and everybody else would be bringing stuff that I couldn't eat, and I knew. Yeah. So I went prepared and took my own food, and I never once felt bad about that. A lot of people would feel bad about going to a party and bringing something that nobody else is going to eat, and I never did. It was just, I knew what I was getting, and now they can see what I got.
Exactly. And it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
And on that, let's kind of dive into the future. I mean, obviously, we're going to still keep working out. We're going to still keep doing everything. And it's holiday season. We got Christmas next week, so actually this weekend. But at the end of the day, it's choosing, when we have our meals, when we eat them, and just kind of making that lifestyle change. And Jon has kind of told you that's pretty much what he's done. And you guys can do it as well. It's just putting your mind to it and making sacrifices and being disciplined. And you're going to get there. It just takes time. Be patient. and put in that work. So for more, reach out at hitchfitgym.com or reach out to me personally at jameshand.com. Thank you.
Yep. Squeeze right there, wrist right to your shoulders. Abs tight. Just like that, John. Good job, buddy. Squeeze, good. Killing it, yes sir. Go, go, squeeze. 2 more. Woo, yes sir. Nice job, buddy. Squeeze, squeeze. There you go. His elbows a little higher. There you go. Flex, good. Get it. There it is. 2 more. 1 and superset into reverse dips. Here we go. Chest out, slide that back right down the bench there, just like that. Perfect. Squeeze. Chest out, push through those palms. There you go, John. Woo, yes sir.